but what has been kind of hidden is the gay casting couch. The day I arrived in Hollywood, they told me when I was offered the job at Warner Brothers that you need to know this town is run by a homosexual mafia. And I believe
oh my gosh! All right, don't say that. We're gonna wrap it up. No, be careful what you say on Infowars. Even here, we don't want them coming after us. Thank you.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes texted me this morning, called me a couple of names, and said I was wrong about what I said about him. And I immediately texted him back when I woke up, and I said, hey, I'm always open to correct the record. Let me know what I got wrong. Just tell me, and come back on the show whenever you want. I said, let me know, and I'll have you on. Let me know if you're up for it, and I'll shoot you some dates. And he's not responded, so I don't think he's going to respond. I don't think he's going to come on, but fingers crossed. We'll see. You never know what's going to happen. Hey, this is to let you know that the Democrats are also for the Iran war. Even no matter what you think, they're not going to stop Trump from this war. And I have proof of it. The Democrats are not going to rule out giving Trump more money for a Middle East war. Now, we already know that the Democrats stopped Thomas Massey's resolution from taking the power to go to war with Iran away from him and give it to the Congress, which it already is in the Congress and the Constitution. But he had a resolution to kind of, I guess, extra emphasize that we have to follow the Constitution. Democrats joined Republicans and voted that down. Now we're in it. Democrats won't rule out giving Trump more money for the Middle East. Hey, look, hey, the Democrats are showing the maturity required to still hate Trump while supporting all his legislative moves. Some Democrats are ruling out. Well, can I show you this? Some Democrats are ruling out voting for a multi-billion-dollar military infusion, because Trump wants to put $50 billion. He wants a new resolution. He wants $50 billion more dollars, $50 billion more for the $1 trillion we're already spending on the military, on our defense. Trump wants another $50 billion, and the Democrats are going to go along with it. Some Democrats are not ruling out voting for a multi-billion-dollar military infusion, setting up a potential internal clash in the weeks ahead for a party whose political base is aghast at President Trump's aggression against Iran. The Trump administration, doesn't matter what the frickin' base wants if you're a Democrat. When has the Democrats ever given a crap about what their base wants? Let me think. Never. Turns out never. Republicans, on the other hand, sometimes do care about what their base thinks. Sometimes. The Trump administration's top defense and intelligence officials told lawmakers this week that the Pentagon could soon send an emergency supplemental funding request to Capitol Hill for $50 billion. They didn't offer a timeline or a dollar value, but the White House is mulling over a $50 billion ask. That's a massive sum on top of the more than $990 billion. So that's $1 trillion Congress has shelled out for defense capabilities in the recent months between the GOP's big, beautiful bill and the latest government funding package. To pass any new military funding measure through the Senate, the support of at least 7 Democrats will be needed to overcome the filibuster. It's far from certain the votes are there. Oh, is it? I bet you they'll find enough. I have a feeling they're going to find them. And obviously the money isn't going to Israel's missile defenses and instead going to help Netanyahu and cronies to escape to Venezuela. That's where that money's going. Democrats want to stay disciplined around their campaign message heading into the midterms, arguing that Trump has abandoned his central campaign promises to keep the country out of prolonged wars and bring down the costs for Americans. I mean, you lie to us, don't consult us, and then expect us to send more taxpayer money to a war that we shouldn't have started with no plan and no answers, said Pat Ryan, a Democrat from New York, a combat veteran of the Iraq War. In an interview, he said that. He called reports of the $50 billion request outrageous. Is it? But this is not the universal position inside the party. Of course it's not. It doesn't matter what the base wants or individual members, what the leadership wants. Several Democrats and the Senate Armed Services Committee are not ruling out supporting more Pentagon funding. That includes the panel's top Democrat, Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island, as well as Gary Peters of Michigan and Tim Kaine. Remember, that was Hillary Clinton's vice president? He's all on board. They're all on board. And so is Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan. So they're going to get enough Democrats to give more money to Trump for the wars. The awareness among many Democrats, there's awareness among many Democrats that Trump has thrust the country into a conflict, and now Congress has no choice but to help keep things on track. I need to know the goals and the plan. I don't rule anything out, said Slotkin. I mean, we're in it. We're in it. That's it. We're in it. Okay. Here's Cory Booker, by the way, doing what he does best, and he's going to book his ass out of there when he's confronted by Medea Benjamin over his support for the Iran war and why he isn't speaking out. Here's what. Let's watch. He can't take a stand against the war. He won't do it. Can you turn it up all the way?
Why are you laughing? So what do I do now? I mean, I don't like your position on Israel, but I assume.
So this says this is our opposition party. That's this is our opposition party. A guy who will not say a word to an anti-war activist about the Iran war.
In the case of Iran, you've got a good position. What did I do? Boy.
Wow.
Cory Booker was a public figure and liked to talk to the public.
He does.
You don't care about war, reckless war,
No.
with our taxes and Americans dying?
No, he doesn't
Have
care.
you been speaking out about the unprovoked war in Iran? I mean, I assume you're going to vote the right way, but we want you to speak out, Senator. It's creating chaos, havoc in the Middle East. And Cory Booker won't say a word about it. Senator Booker, you have to speak out. You see what's happening in Iran and the whole region?
Wow, such a cool guy.
Man, such a cool guy.
Oh, he's fist bumping.
Such a cool guy, but won't say anything when we ask you about Iran? That is shameful.
Killed in schools.
Wow.
So you want to know how much of your tax dollars it took to get him like that? $5 million, almost $6 million from AIPAC. So they get the money from the United States, they give it to AIPAC, AIPAC gives it to the congressman, and that's how they control our Congress. That's one of the ways. That's one of the ways.
He believes in recycling.
That's the number, $5.8 million. So your opposition party is not an opposition party. Again, as we told you in the last segment, as Rick said, the left and the right have come together, but not the voters, but the owners of the parties have come together, and they're all for the wars. They're all for Ukraine. They're all for Libya. They're all for Syria. They're all for Iraq. They're all for Iran. They're all for Cuba. They're all for Ecuador. They're all for, so that left and the right have come together just at the top, not at the bottom where we want them.
They are the taint between the two parties.
Yes. So this idea that there's an opposition party in the United States is ridiculous. The idea that there's a left party in the United States is ridiculous. Being for trans women in bathrooms is not being a lefty. That's called being a maniac. What's called being a lefty is you are against the wars. You're for freedom of speech. You're for bodily autonomy. You're for workers and unions. That's what it's called being on the left. The Democrats are against all those things. They crushed a union strike under President Biden. They're for censorship under Biden. They're against bodily autonomy because they were for forcing you to take a vaccine. What else could they be? They're nothing about them is left. There is no left party. There is no opposition party. This is all theater because those people don't actually run the government. There's a shadow government above them that actually runs the government, and now you're seeing who it is. You see, part of the shadow government is AIPAC, which is the Mossad, which is the deep state. That's part of it. Okay, anything you'd like to add to this, Rick, before we end?
Well, the parties used to try and put on a show that they were really different, and now they're not bothering at all. It's like they're all done. They only really the only thing that matters to them is the cocktail parties and schmoozing with other people, because they've turned into just charity fundraising organizations and nothing else. They're just fundraisers now.
Okay, if you'd like to hear my jokes about this, come see me in San Antonio, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Salt Lake City. I'll be at the LA Comedy Store in Los Angeles, April 17th. There's only 70 tickets, so get them fast. And then I'll see you in Las Vegas, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, because if you go anywhere else, they'll charge you more. The cheapest tickets are at jimmydore.com. Over to Steph.
Chris Morrell, you're funny. Hello, Steph. You remind me of my faves from Rowan and Martin, like Joanne Worley and Ruth Buzzy. You are bloody great. Chris, that is so funny. That is so funny. I thought I saw Ruth Buzzy the other day walking on the street. I don't know if it was her, but I like to think it was. David Ike likes you, Jimmy. I've heard him say so. 68 Bam Bam. You've got no, I have to go. All right, Rick, we're going to bring on our guest. So thanks for sitting in, pal. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You did great, Ricky.
Great job.
We'll see you soon. All right, we're going to a break. We'll be right back.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
That is not a question of how they have. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions.
To Steph. Shut up. Shut up. I love saying that. You got TVs made now with Hisense, sending out information about what's displayed on them. So if your kid is doing something on a TV attached to a PC, that information is getting collected. Vienticus. Larry Johnson cited Jimmy Dore on Dialogue Works this morning. Gort 27. Also, California, Colorado, and New York are walking forward with laws for operating system level attestation. The Epstein Archie wants to live touch your kids. Vienticus. What was that one? Escape tech and old tech is the new way. Also, let's not forget that those are wireless glasses, meaning you're more likely to get brain cancer. Vienticus. Beating off is hard. Will smart glasses help knowing everyone is watching? Tiller. Camera glasses that don't upload also exist, and engraved casings, because you put that down in the chat. I was able to share that other info with Jimmy. And then somebody goes, why do you have those glasses? Okay, so Jimmy went to Adam Schiff's office with a friend to ask him about some policy that he was talking about. And they were trying to get into the office, and he thought if I had those glasses and my recording, it would be great to do it that way. So that the purpose was for journalism and be able to film people. Blah, blah, blah. My face. Oh, I thought that was funny. Shishikara. The 2 cruise missiles that targeted the all-girls school. Oh, I read that one. Still not a fan. According to Patrick Henningston of the 21st Century, Wire Tulsi was initially funded by Adelson's when she first ran for Congress. Things are not what they seem. A Sharma. Everyone needs to start lining the inside of their walls with Faraday material to stop all the rogue pulsating EMFs and data from their devices. That's Faraday material, really? Marine veteran and father of 4, Brian McGinnis. Okay, so that's who we want to reach out to. Oh, done. Misha made it happen already. You should have the drums in front of you. You need to do that, too. You need to get a drum set. You know the photo of Howard Netlick not on Epstein Island? Pretty sure it's also captured the back of Mark Zuckerberg's head. Happy donut farts. Sandra, I challenged Jimmy and Kurt to watch a learn from 4-hour interview of highly experienced exorcist Father Chad Rippinger that Sean Ryan dropped on YouTube yesterday. Level up spiritual warfare knowledge. And you know, Sandra, I try not to get insulted, but I think it's weird that I read it and you don't even ask me to watch it. I'm resentful, Sandra. I feel like you're always in a tug of war with Kurt, but you never want to talk to me. So I don't know what to say about that, Sandra. I don't know what to say. Jimmy, Dore, we all are Americans and we all need the same things. Good schools, good jobs, healthcare, legal pot. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Venezuelism. He's back. She's back. He's back. He's back. He's back. You are so sweet. Listen, I may have said things that I go. Steph, no worries. I know you're the best. I hope Mr. Ike accepts the offer. Appreciate all your show does to keep growing your circle. Much love. By the way, I'm a man if you really wanted to know. I did want to know. Thank you, man. Moving on. The 160 Iranian schoolgirls killed aged 7 to 12 years were the daughters of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard soldiers. Rumble won't let me buy a rant. I hope that helped you, Modgon. We'll be right back. We're going to go to break.